But let's look first at the dashboard. We want this to be fun for people. And so we're earning points. We're achieving awards. And all of these things allow us to continue to have fun every single day and want to engage with the application every day, including with these lessons, our coaching interactions. And I'll mention those in just a moment, but there are some features in this application that are unlike any other English learning program or app available on the market today. And that is where we combine Native American English trained coaches and teachers with artificial intelligence technology that allows someone to train and repeat and improve and measure that success. So let's look at some lessons. I'm going to go into my W lesson. You can see from the previous lessons I've taken, I've achieved an understandability score of close to 50%. And I'll continue with one of these lessons. You'll see we have a number of exercises, each meant to keep things fun, but they're scientifically created to help connect the way our minds work, the way our ears hear, and the way our mouths produce these sounds. So we grow in our confidence and our capabilities. So let's listen to this example.
Word. Word.
So other features I want to show people on this screen is the ability for a person, regardless of what language, their native language, that they're able to interact with and understand what's going on this page and throughout the website. So go back to lessons. And you can see that a native Japanese speaker is able to interact with the application in their native language if that's what they need, right? Including even listening to prompts from the guide
単語に一句する音声を選択してください。
in their language and learning about this sound W that we're concentrating on in their native language. This allows someone to really understand the technical nature of this pronunciation and the skills so they can really enjoy going through these lessons and that really understand them. For many languages, this includes custom videos.
今日は water, win, world などの単語の W の音の発音方法
So in this exercise, we're learning the emphasis on syllables within an English word. Is this woman or woman? And let's listen.
Woman.
How to be correctly putting the emphasis at the beginning of the word. We also want people to understand and learn the language, so you'll have exercises that are focused on the definition. So we're learning the words that we're practicing. Now, this is the word exercise. This is where I get to train my ability to say this word, or this especially focused on the sound, the W sound. So I'll listen to the guide.
Week.
I can listen more slowly.
Week.
And then I can practice myself. Week. I can listen to myself. Week. And I could go back and forth and train. Now, let's see how well I did there. So my W sounded a little bit like a V. This guide is able to actually give instruction on how to correct that exercise. That's in our next coming release before we even launch. So this guide will be able to speak to you and say, oh, your V sounded like, or your W sounded like a V. Change your lips in this way in order to make the sound correctly. Now, if I want to save this word and practice it later, I save it to my backpack. That allows me to return to that word very easily later. The last one we'll do is a sentence exercise. So I'll listen to my guide, give me an example of this.
We want to welcome new students to our Wednesday class. We want to welcome new students to our Wednesday class.
Okay, that was nice and slow for me. Hopefully I can get a few of my W's correct this time. We want to welcome new students to our Wednesday class. We want to welcome new. Sounds okay. Let's see how I did. So you could tell when you listen to me that I struggled with the first few W's and I got the last one pretty close. Speaking of accuracy, let's look at another tool that is outside of our normal lessons that can be really, really effective and helpful for someone. So remember, in these lessons, we're focused on a single sound because we're trying to train our muscles. This is different from sitting in a classroom and trying to memorize words. This is more like going to a gym and exercising over and over and over until you develop a certain skill. And that's why our lessons are formulated like this. But there are some other options that allow you to practice exactly what you may need to practice for your job or for family interactions or for travel. So if I'm interested in travel and I want to practice this sentence, I'll type in any sentence I like. And then the system will ingest this and the AI voice will work through this so I can hear a very good example of how this should sound.
Where is the nearest bus stop?
And I can listen more slowly.
Where is the nearest bus stop?
And now I'll try. Where is the nearest bus stop? Did I do better?
I don't think so. Oh, a little bit, a little bit.
In this exercise, this tool is showing all of my sounds that I produced for the entire sentence. Those I did well, those I need some work on, and those I need a lot of help with. And a user could stay here and go back and forth and listen to the guide voice and their own voice until they've perfected this sentence. And then they would add another sentence. Now, I'm going to save this one in my backpack as well because I may want to come back and practice this multiple times. And coaching is one of our differentiators. It's something that no one else does. To combine that training, that repetitive training for sounds, along with an experienced native American English coach who's well trained, can create breakthroughs for English learners that are unavailable anywhere else. When your teacher is teaching you English in their own accent, maybe from some other country, you're going to learn that accent. And here we get you connected to English coaches in two ways. This is called a coaching clip. In this feature, the user records a video of themselves reading a sentence that they've written that they need help with. In this case, it shows their mouth. It's a video so that the coach can really see them and give them a great response and understand what they're doing with their mouth as they speak. The student will write down notes for the teacher. Here's what I'm struggling with. And then here's their recording.
I like visiting my family in the United States because there are a lot of interesting things to see.
Now the coach hears that and can understand what they're struggling with and gives some very specific feedback for this person.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for letting me help you with your English.
What a great coach. So the coach's response
You
is,
two really connect well.
oh yeah, we love each other.
There. Yeah.
So the coach's response is transcribed and then translated also in the user's native language. Again, we want to meet people where they're at, and that includes giving them certain information in their native language so they can really understand. So that's a coaching clip. Another feature that will arrive, we think, right after we launch, soon after we launch, are live coaching classes. So you can see, I'll buy some credits here. That's another feature that I think is really interesting. Our users get to earn points for exercises they complete, lessons they complete, coaching interactions that they finish. So they're being rewarded with points, and they can use those points to purchase additional functions and features like coaching sessions. Live coaching are small 3 to 4 person classes. You can see classes that are available for me here based on the sounds that I'm working on. So I can also look at these through a calendar view. And I may see that I do have time Friday at 10:15 to work on this voiced TH. So I'll book that session.
Thank you so much for the great demonstration that you just provided. And thanks to everyone for joining us today. We are so excited about the future, and we'd like you to be a part of it. Thank you again, and we'll look forward to seeing you very soon. This concludes our call.